Hello everyone, this is Cryptoad, and today I'm going to be walking through the top 4 NBA Top Shot third-party analytics websites. Gonna take a look at Intangible.market, Evaluate.market, MomentRanks.com, and FlowMarketCap.com. Let's get into it. First up, we have Intangible.market, which was released in August 2020 by Discord user and referee rank Veerman, whose name is Steve, which is also his Top Shot username. Now, Steve is a data engineer by trade and took his passion for data, analytics, Top Shot, and basketball, and decided on his own to create this site, and this is his one-man show and side project. Now, Steve is actually one of the top collectors on NBA Top Shot, and that was by design, in a sense, because when this came out, Steve was the only person that was doing this, the only person diving into the analytics, and by doing that, he was the first to find all the alpha that was hidden behind the scenes. Which moments have the lowest actual circulating count compared to their edition size, things like that. And he executed a lot of those buys between August and November when it was the bottom of the market. He was the first to know that Harry Giles was the most scarce moment in the base set, and he kept that information to himself, and he executed on all of that to build this collection. He executed on this alpha before anyone else even knew the alpha existed. Okay, so Steve is the OG godfather of all the Top Shot analytics. Now, a lot of people might not know about this site because due to the huge influx of users and activity in January, he just was not able to keep up with the demand to keep like a sales feed going, a lot of the features up and running. But there are two major features I want to show on this site, which are extremely useful and I think still are rise above some of the other websites. First, you have this activity feed export to CSV. So what this does is you could go to your activity feed on Top Shot and you just scroll down to however far back you want to export, and then you just hit Control A, and it might seem crazy that you're copying everything on the whole page and you just dump it in here, and it'll generate a very clean CSV where it'll tell you all the packs you bought, every moment you sold, and it's extremely useful for accounting purposes. And there's also a Google Sheet that another user created that you can kind of dump that data in that helps even give them a better breakdown. Next is the account valuation. And while every site has this, I still continue to believe that Intangible.market is one of the best in this regard. And I'll show you why. So while the other websites, every single moment has like an individual row, Intangible.market breaks it down by quantity owned and calculates it out. And this is extremely useful for people who have hundreds or thousands of moments. I know one thing that I'm always trying to do is like, okay, what moment do I have that's valuable that I have a lot of that I can sell? So just looking at Steve's portfolio, you see a lot of his most valuable moments he only has 1 or 2 of. But then looking down, you see, oh, he has 8 LeBron metallic golds. So if he wants to sell something that's more valuable, he immediately knows he can sell a LeBron MGLE, and he still has 7 left. And it's just extremely useful to be able to quickly gain that insight when you want to buy and sell moments, with this quantity owned view. Next up, we have Evaluate.market, which I believe came out in late January or early February of 2021. And this is run by a team, and it's a much more professionally run operation compared to just Steve making the website himself as a passion project. So going to the website, you see it's a much different UI. It's very clean looking, a lot of nice numbers popping in your face. You have a chart with the overall sales volume and number of transactions for the day. You have a quick link to their community. And what I think is awesome, they have the total NBA Top Shot market cap, and this image is showing by set how much of the market cap each is capturing. So you see the base set 1 has the biggest. You see base set 2 will be here. I just think this is an awesome image. And then you have the top 25 leaderboard on the bottom right by account value. Now the next feature on the site, the Moments feature, lets you get a deep dive into some of the players. So I'm just going to pull up LeBron, metallic gold, my favorite moment. And you get this quick pop-up, and you can see how many owners there are, how many are owned, how many are still left in packs, which is huge. As well as further analytics down here. The price, how many were sold, and just every transaction of the individual moment. And I really like this how many are in packs feature. Next, you have everyone's favorite, the account valuation. And Evaluate.market uses the lows to calculate it. And like I pointed out in Intangible, every single moment is on its own row. So in my opinion, like while this is all cool and stuff, it doesn't do too much for me. I see what my top moments are, but when you have so much to manage, it doesn't really tell you too much. But I still think this is awesome, and I like that. I think this has the most accurate ranking system among the sites that rank. And because at the end of the day, Top Shot's not about money. It's about the ranks. It's about the leaderboard. You want to be front page leaderboard of Top Shot. That's all that matters. Next is the account history. So what you do is you can connect your Discord or an email, and you get deeper analytics on your individual account. And you know, this awesome stat smacking me in the face that my account is only down $500,000 from the top, which is, you know, awesome. Thanks for reminding me, Evaluate.market. So it just gives you a lot of visualizations and information and some insights about your account, as well as all your transaction history, and then a daily change of your account total and some other details. It's also really useful. I don't know if there's a way to export this similar to what I showed on Intangible, and again, that's why I think Intangible, it's just an extremely powerful tool there to be able to export this, but this gives a very clean look at all your buys and sells. Next, we have the Market Movers tab, and this is also really cool, just to kind of see average floor, what has the biggest change in price, some volume, percentages, and metrics. Just very useful if you want to dig really deep, especially if you're like looking for a flip. Then the sets tab, it gives you a breakdown of each of the sets. I love the images on this site. I think this is really cool. So this is how many moments are owned of each set, how many owners, the total price for the entire set, and then the total market cap for every set. So you can see we're at 400 million for base set 1, 563,000 moments among 36,000 owners. Really cool to look through this and see like how this changes over time. And then this also gives you another explorer, just if you want to take a deep dive into all the other players. You can filter it, do it, change the columns, whatever you want to do. Overall, I think this is my favorite site. It provides the most functionality. I think it has the most accurate rankings, and there's just a lot you can do with it. Shout out to the Evaluate.market team for sharing my content. Next up is MomentRanks.com. Now, what MomentRanks.com does differently than all the other sites is it uses a data science-backed approach to add a valuation based on a moment's serial number. So by doing that, it shows an account's, you could think of it as a truer value, especially for accounts that hold mostly lower serials or have a much larger focus on serials. So this is the homepage that you agreed with. It has the top accounts. One thing I've always been a little confused about is that it only shows the top 50 accounts. It used to be the top 50, and then they lowered it to 150. It used to be top 150, and they lowered it to 50. And then even on this rankings tab, it's the same thing, just 50. So I'm not really sure. You know, maybe they're trying to downplay the top accounts and rankings. But you know, the main thing is that it's like right in your face. You go on. Here's the market cap. The most accurate valuation to the serial number. Enter your Top Shot username. So pulling up my account, so you see right away, this is valuing my account like 25% higher than Evaluate.market and the lowest listings. But again, I don't like the ranking that way. I think you have to go by the lowest listing value if you want to put a rank on these accounts and make like a sort of leaderboard, because it's easy to kind of say, yeah, the data shows that a number 25 LeBron is worth this much money, but it's no one might actually pay that. So that's why I tend to go towards the lowest listing value. I mean, I was into this site for a while when it first came out, because obviously you want to see like bigger number go up, but I just like to play it more conservatively and go off the lowest listing number. And again, what this doesn't have that Intangible has is quantity owned. So like this doesn't really do anything for me. I guess it has your serial. No, because it has your it gives the estimated value of by serial. So this does add some value. But I like the quantity owned view more than anything else, that I hope these sites can kind of implement in the future. Give it a little different view. Another feature they have is really useful is the top sales. So instead of just every sales, you can kind of take a look at the top ones and select different sets, different filters, all time, what's the past in 30 days, a week, and a day, all the different tiers. So we see the base set, there's 100,000 LeBron, highest ever base set sale. You're able to find that kind of information really easily. They also have a new feature called the watch list. I unfortunately forgot my login information, but what you can do here is you can add whatever accounts you want to get like a rankings view of whichever accounts you want to follow. So if you just want to plug in your friends or some accounts you like to watch, instead of just having the top 50, it's just like your own curated list of accounts to follow. Now their newest feature is called Moment HQ, which is really cool. So it's pulling up the John Morant holo to show what it looks like. It gives analytics on the individual moment, if it works. Let's try LeBron. So here we have the LeBron James from the top moment. So what this page shows you is some analytics regarding the prices. So you have this chart that's interactive and shows all-time prices that you could play with the dates. And then below it, it shows you serial number estimated values. So you have the first 3 serials, the jersey, and the last mint that they call perfect. And then down here, you can punch in any serial you want, and it gives you an estimated value. And then below it, you have a sales history, and it can be sorted by top or recent. So we can see the top LeBron from the top went for 179,000. And then you want to sort it by recent, and that was actually the most recent one, yes, 2 days ago. Cool. So yeah, overall, a very useful tool and site, especially if you're really into the serial aspect of it. I haven't spoken too much to the team, but I know it's also obviously a very professional team. It's a lot of number crunching and data science that goes into this, and it just gives a whole other element to this. And I was pretty surprised how quickly this site popped up. I figured it might take a couple months before someone took the kind of data science approach to putting the value on serial to each moment. So very awesome overall. It's nice to have both lowest and serial kind of valuation for your account. So overall, really like the site. Now the last site I'm going to look at is flowmarketcap.com, which is the newest site that I only found out about a few days ago. And where this is different from the other sites is that there's no emphasis on your accounts at all. It only focuses on players, sets, and moments, and more of just the overall market cap of everything. So this is the homepage, and you're greeted with on the moments tab. So here you can see that the LeBron James base set currently is 35,000 and has a total market cap of 35 million, and that's the edition size by the price. So they have that for each individual moment in each set, which is pretty cool. And then right away you go up here, you can filter, look at Luka, MGLE, boom, we see there's 26,000, there's 299, and then here's the market cap. I also like how they have the LeBron dominance, as if LeBron's like the Bitcoin of Top Shot. Moving on to the gainers and losers. Very nice clean interface side by side. You can see what has shot up the most. You can filter it by set as well as rarity. Biggest gainers and losers. Very simple to use. Next is the market cap graph. And this is of the overall market. This goes back to, what is this? Like the middle of February. See, it's been a pretty flat line in the past month. Let's see if it goes back further. No, this is the furthest it goes back. So just an overall Top Shot market cap. I'm sure this will get more interactive with more tools and features as the site evolves. And then you get into the individual sets. And this is sorted by market cap and then the overall price change. Into this, and then you click into it and you can get a nice chart of the market cap and a couple more details. And then their newest feature is players. So instead of looking at it by player by set, it just groups everything together. So you see there's 20 different LeBron moments, and that has a total market cap of 231 million. So instead of looking at it by player, by set, it just groups together all the players into one bucket. So this is pretty cool. Obviously, the ones that have more moments will rise to the top, especially in LeBron's case, being the most expensive. You're always going to see that LeBron dominance index, as they call it, is actually, looking at it this way, you can see that makes more sense. But this is just another view and another way of thinking about it. And what I like about this is that it's just flow market cap. They're not like pigeonholing themselves into being like a Top Shot site. They're forward thinking, and you know, with the UFC and Dr. Seuss and all that stuff comes, they just boom, throw it on here. It's flow market cap. So there's not crazy amount of interactivity in terms of your accounts, but it's just another cool way to look at everything. I don't know much about the team or anything, only just found out about this site, but it's still really cool and I like it a lot. Now, if you made it this far through the video, thank you for watching. I don't think any of these sites are better than the other. They all have their own unique features, and there's definitely a place for all of them to coexist in the ecosystem together. And I am sure we will see other types of useful tools pop up. So, good luck today in the pack drop. We have the All-Star Game 2021 drop. And have a great day, everyone.